is up, everybody? This is John with Archer Film. All right, I just watched Obsession again. I've read the script a couple of times. I've been listening and reading discourse online. I've been talking to people about it, and I'm fascinated. I'm really happy it's doing this well. I think this could mean a new horror renaissance, as long as the studios don't commandeer it as they usually do. But anyway, there's this ubiquitous take. The most common, universal online take is that Bear is the villain. We get it. Nikki is not the villain. But let me tell you why Bear is also not the villain. Imagine there's no wish. Imagine Nikki has bipolar disorder in the worst way possible. So as someone who is in a relationship with someone with bipolar disorder, a lot of her behavior after the wish rang a little too true for me. The constant switching. She loves him one minute, she's hateful and attacking him the next minute. And, him just pleading with them to just be normal. That happened to me on many occasions, and it's terrifying. And it's also very sad. The most heart-wrenching scene for me, aside from the end, is when he's pleading with her to just be Nikki. I've gone through that. Forget the context of the wish. And also forget this modern feminist idea that it's about a woman's autonomy. Yes, it is. That's implied in the story. It's also why it resonated with so many people. We all see that. Same with the codependency sort of angle. But Bear is not just some sleazy douchebag trying to get laid. He yearns for love. It's very clear in the beginning. Not only that, but since Barker admitted filming two versions with Nikki in the beginning where she likes him or doesn't like him, and then merging the two, to me, it's clear in moments where, maybe she does like him. This leaves it up to the viewer to decide. Unfortunately, if the viewer is a feminist, she thinks all men are evil, and this whole nice guy trope is the new, gaslighting. It's this modern feminist phrase that ultimately means nothing. So I get it. I know what the nice guy trope is. It's interesting. It's not a bad concept. I get it. It's the idea that being nice, a guy being a decent human being entitles him to a woman's affection. I understand. But Bear is not that. He doesn't feel entitled to anything. He loves her, and he wants to be loved back. That is it. It's very simple. He's a decent guy. We know he's a decent guy because he responds to Nikki giving the homeless guy money. That's the save the cat moment. He's distraught over his own cat. He's there for Sarah at the music store when she gets a rejection letter. We see that he's a good guy. For most of the movie, he gets the ick, another shitty Gen Z term. Sorry, but it is. Every time she freaks out, he's uncomfortable. It's like an hour in that he actually thinks the wish works. Because of her crazy behavior, he's concerned about it over and over again. He's talking to Ian about it. He's trying to figure it out because it's unsettling to him. It makes him uncomfortable. He doesn't want to do anything, untoward because he genuinely loves her. There's nothing wrong with any of that. I get the female side. There are moments where she's is she drunk? Or is she going through something? In the beginning, yes, he doesn't want to be seen like he's taking advantage, and he doesn't want other people to see him like that. Ian brings it up. And all of that appalls Bear. He doesn't want to be that. He's not that. The moments where he thinks that, he's possibly doing something he shouldn't, he literally freaks out. He doesn't want to be that guy. He's not that guy. So the modern feminists and their opinion about this movie, they want you to believe that all men are bad. All men just want one thing. And then, of course, they're the same ones that pursue a man, based not on character, but on superficial characteristics, and then wonder why the men, they interact with are bad. But that's a different story. And all the comments and hot takes, which are all the same, they're all uniform, and by no means controversial. Every idiot online, Bear is the villain, Nikki's not to blame. Well, I've mentioned this in the last video. Does Nikki have any accountability or responsibility for her own life? She's having this completely superficial relationship. She obviously knows Bear likes her. She says it, do you like me at the beginning? That all seems like, she could just do whatever she wants in life and there are no repercussions. Well, obviously there are repercussions. She longs for a real romantic life too. She talks about wanting to leave so she can pursue that in her book. So she longs for a real romantic life. So what is so different than what Bear longs for? Again, I've been in Bear's shoes for years. If you imagine Nikki as having mental illness, in those moments, you love them no matter what. And it scares you and it turns you off and it pushes you away, but their core is still there. And you just want them to be normal and you want to love them and you want to feel love too. There's something in there, but the mental illness ultimately wins if it's unchecked. That was the most powerful part of the movie to me. I'm not saying that other stuff isn't in there. It obviously is. That's the brilliance of it, the nuance, which people just don't want to believe is there. But that's why this movie resonates with so many people, is the nuance in that relationship. But don't let the loudest modern feminist voices take over the narrative and just act as if Bear is the villain, because that's bull. The real villain is the modern world. It's our online addiction, social media that tells us how to feel and think, the mob rule, our reliance on it to understand the world and ourselves. And the victim is romantic love. It is genuinely dying, and maybe it even died along next to Bear. Obsession to me is a love story. It is the first brilliant, modern, tragic love story, maybe as powerful and poetic and timely as Romeo and Juliet. Welcome to the new era. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.